scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Here's a Scenario podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feeney, being joined with me, as always,
Mike Cannon, and also
Brendan motherfucking Sagalow in the house. I'm going to stop cursing right away.
I really wish you would.
And this show, at least for the first 30 seconds to a minute, just for the old algos.
It's supposed to be 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
There's no way we can go 5 minutes without
Brendan
saying
100%
shit,
true.
piss,
We
fuck, cunt.
Brendan kicks us off the internet before we've even
I've done that many times. I've ruined Feeney's TikTok before because I put
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden, but that was sure the funniest thing. So you just have to...
almost as funny as getting
What's up,
paid as I was. So that was pretty funny for me, too, is getting paid and building a following. But I guess I'll just figure it out by myself.
Honestly, one of the funniest jokes is that they locked up Feeney's entire account. Feeney's entire account.
This is a show we answer hypotheticals, what ifs, all the scenarios you can throw at us. It is a comedy obstacle course that you help create. And you can send us your questions, theories, hypotheses to Here's a Scenario Pod on Instagram, and we get to all of them as much as we can. And you can also go to here'sascenario.com. That's where you can find everything. Here's the scenario from the iTunes to the YouTube, everything in between.
Social medias.
Yeah, and if you really love the show, which we know you do, and if it's your first time here, welcome. We've been waiting for you. There's a seat right here. Enjoy.
The light's always on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the Motel 6 of podcasts.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is it, Dave Bodow or something like that?
What's that?
He's like, I'm Dave Bodow. I'll leave the lights on for you.
No, I don't remember that.
I know what his name is. No.
Dave Bodow.
It's something.
We are the Dave Bodow.
It's something very
podcast.
American sounding.
David
but
Bodow.
you can.
I just got a moment of empathy for you as a kid, though, when I said peenie by mistake, because did you ever get Feeney's got a teeny weeny peenie as a kid?
No.
Have you ever been called Peeny?
No. Because that's not anything.
What was it?
But Feeney the Weenie when I was in, I think, pre-K.
Feeney's
Feeney
got a
the
teeny
weenie.
weeny
Yeah.
peenie.
It's a little wordy for me.
It's very wordy for
Yeah,
children.
I feel like he
Too
could just
good.
walk away halfway through the words.
Yeah, but the other kids circling around laughing at him wouldn't. Tried to make that 2 syllables.
Tom
as fast as I
bought
could.
it. Couldn't you? You were not even close.
Tom Bodette. Not Bodette.
Bodette. Whatever. What did you say? Dave Bodow?
Yeah, I said it the right way. Bodette? Bodow. I was pretty close.
Me
Let's
too.
start over.
Mention the Patreon if you really like us.
Which, after this showing, I don't
How
know
could
how
you?
you do. Patreon.com/scenario pod. We do 2 bonus episodes of podcasting per week. Tiers starting as low as $5. You get the audio. You get all of our individual content that we put up on our YouTubes up early exclusively for the Patreon. And then we have a ton of additional content on top of the 2 podcasts that goes exclusively up on our Patreon.
crazy.
You couldn't possibly ask for more of us. If you do,
Yeah.
we're willing to give it to you. We just need to know what you want.
Yeah.
But Patreon.com/scenario pod. We are crushing. Nicole on the 1s and 2s is crushing. We got this. Lucas is dead. We got a great squad.
Lucas who?
Yeah, Lucas blew his brains out the other
He
day.
did.
So,
He did in my
RIP.
brain. In my mind.
Blew his career brains out. So let's just get right into it. We got a bunch of scenarios sent to us from people on Instagram. Thank you very much, everybody, for sending them. So the first one comes from Colin Fisher. Here's a scenario. Which of the 3 of you do you think would be the one that hides the bite in a zombie apocalypse?
I already know it's me.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm. Don't say, oh, yeah.
I think-
Because
I
if
think-
anybody would like sacrifice the betterment of the group for just a little more longevity of their own, it's you.
Do you blame me?
I gotta
Yes.
be
Do
honest.
you blame me? You know how scary that is to get a bite? You know, and then know that you're going to die, and then you have to tell your friends, and they go like, okay, where do you want it?
Dude.
Or just tell you to go away.
I gotta be honest.
You know
I
you're
think
fucked.
all 3 of us would hide the bite.
No.
100%. You'd hide
Yes,
the
you
bite.
would.
No, I wouldn't.
You
You
would
would have
hide
too
the
much
bite.
pride to have been bitten.
No,
You were like,
not
I
at all.
punched like 8
You
to
hide
death.
fights all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, you're like, this is just a fighting scar.
Yeah. This is from my
Razor
training.
burn, I swear.
I just punched so many of them. I blasted them, and then I blasted them.
But that's
This
what I
is a
would have
blast
said.
mark.
I would have said it was out of sheer defense, as I must have in the franticness of fighting off thousands I nicked a tooth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so
That's the only way
I
you're going
punched
out.
the bite into my own fist.
You wouldn't know me.
Has that happened in any movie? Has that ever happened where somebody in any zombie movie punched a zombie in the mouth and then was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I made it easier for them.
Well, yeah, wait a minute.
Wait a
But even in like The Walking Dead, all they got to do is like scratch you too.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you got to wear like sock'em boppers.
Yeah, yeah.
They,
I mean,
they rarely do.
They should be a sponsor of this show. It's like the 15th mention.
I don't think they've been in business since 1996.
They have to be.
I bet their business is booming. I bet it's like way better. You know how Nerf guns now are like fucking sniper rifles?
In the
dude?
digital age, Brendan, how is soccer boppers?
Fuck 'em boppers.
Yeah, quick, grab on anything.
Because children still,
want
people
to punch each other in the face.
Exactly. And people still don't want their kids online or anything. You know what I mean? If the choice to give crew sock and boppers or an iPad, what are you picking?
Oh,
Are they the
prepare
only
him
two
for the
choices?
future.
There's
or
only those two choices.
Have him unload on our cat.
Bullshit.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's
Bullshit.
spoken like somebody who has poison dribbling out of their cock. You have
Bullshit.
okay.
6 minutes in.
What do you mean? If he
What do you mean?
if he was a twin, then maybe I give that to my twin sons as a time thing, but I know it's a countdown to 45 seconds tops before there's crying or something broken or a dead animal in the house. There's no like that thing was a good idea when people didn't know what they did. Now it's a good idea for college kids to set up unsanctioned fights in their backyard.
Yeah, to have 40s taped to
Yeah,
them.
dude. Like, sock and boppers are maybe like you might as well put the kid in Muay Thai. Like, why are you giving him sharp fucking? Because those little flappy plastic
They're the
parts,
sharpest thing.
It's sharp.
It's like
and it
paper
cuts your
cuts.
face. It sucks. There's
Can
nothing.
we see if they're still selling sock and boppers?
Yeah,
I got one. This is just coming off of.
Oh.
they're called soccer.
Yeah, but
boppers?
look at the.
Wait.
What
Have they not been called sock and
is
boppers?
this? One of those Mandela effects?
This was. It was always.
Is it Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you fucking unintelligent piece of shit.
I was laughing. I thought you were kidding. I thought you were
was-
making a Nelson Mandela
I think
joke.
That's what it's for.
I know, but I
That's
thought
what it's based on.
but it's not far off from something you would say.
Now, what? But also, I think what I'm guessing happened
We had,
is that.
can I just let's wipe the slate clean real quick because we had like a team building night last night. We went out to a concert together.
We had a
Vlogging Molly.
We
great show.
each jumped into the mosh pit. I was terrified. I showed Nicole the video and she like really froze down a moment where you could see all hope was lost in my eyes.
Yeah, you were smiling, and then the second I got away from you, you're like,
Yeah. Oh, that's when like the thousands of milligrams of THC all sunk in at once,
Yeah.
and I realized what a fucking nightmare I was in.
Surrounded by sweaty
look
fat
up
guys
if
the
they
whole
used to be
night.
called sock
It was
and
like
boppers.
doing a whirlpool, like an above ground whirlpool
Yeah.
in a sea of fatsos.
In a sea of me's.
yeah, in a sea of Sagalows.
Yeah, see, I think this is a Mandela effect. They were always called soccer boppers, I guess.
Ugh.
Oh, wait a minute. They were infringing upon Rock'em Sock'em Robots and had to change the name in 2002.
Oh.
Thank God. That would have really made me.
Smooth move. So to answer your question, Colin, I think we would all hide the bite in some way or another, but I think it would come out. I think I would go, guys, I got to tell you something. I was fucking bit. What do I do? Where do I go? Because the pressure of
I got one
of
for you.
holding that in and just knowing
Starting
that
to get
it's
clammy.
yeah, you're like, and you might be like quickening it. Is quickening it a word? You might be making the zombie
Expediting the process.
expediting the process. Thank you very much. Yes, expediting the process of becoming a zombie just by how nervous you are. You know, by like
so that's making your heart pump. And
it's
therefore
like being
pumping
on
a
drugs.
zombie
Yeah,
through you.
exactly, exactly. That's what
I'd like to propose a scenario that I just thought of.
Okay.
You have to wake up to one of these two things every single morning. To getting scared awake by like someone making a loud noise or some sort of, symbols over your head sort of awakening every single day, or you get out of bed and immediately get like a construction paper cut.
Okay, the first one.
Yeah, not even close.
I'll never say yes to a paper cut.
No, that makes me want to fight everybody in here just considering it. But being scared awake almost happens to me on a daily basis anyway.
Yeah.
Because now living with the cats again, I forgot what they do and I hate them both.
What do they do?
They're just all over the map, sprinting, jumping off
yeah.
walls, landing directly on my cock and balls every single time. Like I'm under a blanket and they have heat-seeking paw missiles for my nuts.
Yeah.
Every single time from whatever angle, they're just on my, like not even my dick. And my dick covers a substantial amount of scrotum, but there's still some peeking out the sides and they always get the sides.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
They suck.
Yeah,
And
paper
also,
cuts suck.
Crew yells Mike when he wakes up. He goes, Mike, Mike, come get
Do
me,
you ever tell him?
Mike.
Oh,
It's
that would make me-
daddy,
that would
dad.
crush me.
I like it.
He's like, Michael. I'm like, oh.
He goes, Mike, Nicole.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
cute. He's a cutie.
Next question. From
Oh,
Anthony
good.
Connolly, here's the scenario. Would you rather eat a shake that consists of a classic burger and fries or a shake of steak and potatoes? These shakes have absolutely no chunks, perfectly smooth like milkshakes.
Dude, your inflection is hysterical.
Wow.
You are
What?
a hungover baby
yeah,
boy.
I mean, it's.
You went to the Daria school of presenting questions.
I was telling him on the. Would you rather? I was telling him on the train.
La, la,
I was
la,
like,
la, la.
Win
I didn't
Ben
even
Stein's
think
money.
him being hungover was going to be like. I didn't even think about that today. I completely forgot what hangover.
Well, also, he
are.
doesn't really get hungover, which has been an infuriating part of our relationship in general. So it's nice to see that the aging process is taking its time with.
Well, I knew last night going into it, it was going to be a night of indulgence, and
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And, I think that the amount of beer I had was not even close to offset by the food or water that I ate and drank. So here we are.
Yeah, but at least we had some guy standing next to us for a large portion of it, telling us how good Irish Goodbye is and how we won't listen to this podcast and how
He said he won't listen.
He said he won't listen to this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, doesn't like it. Doesn't like it.
Oh, he
Which
wasn't.
is fine. You don't have to.
He
I bet he
could
doesn't.
have just
Come
said he
on.
didn't like Brendan.
Yeah, but then also socially, you don't have to
Well,
kind of
that's
like
not true.
just look up
Well,
at
it
us
is
and
true
then
because
tell us.
one of us has two of us and one of us has you.
Well, he said to me, "I'm a big fan," so that's not
Oh,
true at all.
No, he
Well-
said you need a fan. You're sweating.
Yeah, I'm at a concert. What are you doing?
So what would you guys rather do? Which shake? Burger and fries shake
burger and fries.
or steak and mashed potatoes shake?
Burger and fries. I think the flavor of burger and fries is better manufactured. Like I had Doritos that tasted like cheeseburgers, and that wasn't too bad. But I think like tasting like a filet mignon or whatever.
Can you isolate that, Nicole?
What?
And just
What?
that for all
What?
eternity. Like I had burger Doritos and they weren't bad.
There were Doritos that they made that
No,
were
I know.
cheeseburger flavored.
Yeah, they sell them in like Costa Rica only because they know those hungry
Yeah.
fucks are the only people that'll eat them.
Yeah, those are things that people eat on podcasts when they're like,
Yeah, they're like
like,
rejected,
"This is from-"
rejected podcast flavors.
Yeah.
So they had to drop over Botswana.
yeah.
Sour cream and mayonnaise. All right. I mean, it's
This is-
food, I
the
guess.
box says to compound media.
Yeah.
right next to some Super Bowl team losing.
I think
T-shirt.
I think I'd probably
Thing.
pick.
Oh god.
I think I'd probably just get out of here.
Are we recording?
Yeah. I think I would go steak and mashed potatoes, man, because burger it's like
What?
because then you have a steak, you have the flavor of meat, of cheese, of lettuce, of tomato, of buns, of French fries, of salt and pepper. With steak and potatoes, you just have the steak flavor coming through and the creaminess of the potato, and then that's it. It's too many. There's too many flavors in the burger and fries.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
With a little A1 added to it, like a
you
dollop.
know what? Me too. I'm gonna combo
No.
on that.
Why?
Me and Feeney.
Combo.
The way the
Feeney.
podcast should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next scenario.
I was trying to. Man, we're all fucking off. But I will say this. I think the show is unbaddable. Like, I don't think this show can be. it can be bad. We just have such a good way. Where's my camera? This guy. I just think we can.
I've never
We have
heard
such a
somebody
good
say
show.
something while proving it wrong simultaneously.
Check this shit out.
I hate this show. Here's the scenario from Column. Knowing what you know now about
If you've ever wanted to see us get murdered, sign up for the Patreon because we face imminent violence every week.
yeah. And now I'm praying for that sweet release.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's just set up right on the fountain of Washington Square Park
Yeah.
with a sign that says, talk to us. We're
Yeah,
free.
yeah, yeah.
Take
Or
us.
just put our faces in the fountain.
Put
and
us out of our
drown.
misery.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, did you see that video of the one homeless guy? By the way, I saw two nude men's on the way here, on the walk here, not in the park, just on the street. One guy was shitting outside of a nail salon.
This
That's
city is
cool.
losing it.
It's bonkers. And then there was another video, and I think it was Washington Square Park. It may have been another one, but it was a guy who had his pants down in toilet position, just getting the hose of the fucking fountain shot directly up his ass. So he was doing a public enema.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, if you're ever in that park and you feel like the rain on you, that is homeless shit.
That's hepatitis C.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate that place. Here's a scenario. Knowing what you know now about being a comic, would you do it all over again?
Be a comic? I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it all over again. I would do everything that I wouldn't do what I did wrong, basically.
What did you do wrong?
I don't know.
What's a shorter list?
What did I do right? The shorter list. Hooked up with
Met
you
us.
two motherfuckers.
Yeah, of course I would still do it. I don't know. I think it kind of bothers me sometimes when comics are like, I would never let my kid do comedy. And it's like, why?
That's weird.
It's fun.
Yeah, why? What is, I don't even understand the thought process behind that. It's like you went and did something that you loved and were a fan of and wanted to pursue.
Yeah.
And anything that is out of the box, and even in the box, anything corporate takes a tremendous amount of work, focus, discipline, etc. to get ahead. So like, it doesn't really matter what field you're in as long as you have the proper perspective going into it. And it's like, if you came into comedy to fuck off and thinking it was like the 80s and it was going to be cocaine mixed in with an hour of work every once in a while.
Most state rape.
Yeah, then you're mistaken. But if you jump into comedy thinking it's like a job that is a fun one that you also get to be super creative, your own boss, et cetera, it's like, yeah, of course I'd do it again.
Yeah.
I definitely would have started an online focus on an online presence.
Yeah, I would
significantly.
have. I wouldn't have laughed so hard at Bo Burnham. Being
I
like-
guess, but we weren't fun. Like, I don't know. I won't say we. I wasn't funny. Like, I wasn't funny for a really long fucking time.
I'm still not funny.
Dude, there's still comics that like think I'm unfunny because we came up
Yeah.
together and I was that unfunny. And I've since grown a tremendous amount. And I'm really grateful that there's not a lot
Yeah.
of video
Yeah, that's
or
true.
whatever proof of that kind of growing experience.
Yeah.
So it's like all these fucking dipshits, these young kids that are like really good online. They have great production shows, all that stuff. And then they have
But hey,
clips
can they
of
tell a joke to a drunk in a bar?
who cares about that? It's like they have clips of them. They have like why? Why cut it?
What?
Forget it.
Don't cut. No, say your thing,
I
man.
don't have anything.
No, say your thing. Don't. You know.
They just have clips of them being very bad and poor and green at comedy.
Yeah.
When it's like, why? You
don't want
it
that
looks
out there
great.
forever.
It looks great, but it sucks. And I guess the idea is that everything just gets kind of swept into the ether because there is so much shit. So whatever. But eventually, then what? You have to just clear out the first 5 years of your life, or imagine if
I have done that though with YouTube clips that were on
Yeah, me
like
too.
super
right.
early.
But what if
and I'm
you
like,
hit? But what if you
unlisted.
hit from
yeah,
one of them?
that's true.
Like, what if you got lucky in
Yeah.
giant quotes?
Yeah.
And one of those things
Has like
hit,
500,000
and then you
views.
had no way to even like take advantage of it. You also sucked. Like,
Yeah.
it's an example of you sucking. You don't think it's good, but for whatever reason, it hit with like a Taiwanese audience, and you're
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
Like what do you do?
I'd be
Well,
the
I've
king of
talked to
Taiwan.
I've talked to comics that were like, I completely regret getting like the Tonight Show that early or whatever. Being
Yeah.
like, I completely
I've
forget.
heard people say that too.
Yeah.
About the Tonight Show.
Not just
Um,
the Tonight Show. I'm just saying like late night in general. They're like, I completely regret getting it that early. I don't think I was good. I hate that it's up there. Shit
Well,
like
the good
that.
news is no one will see it. So next, Colin sent a second question is,
Unless more documents come out about the Horatio Sands case.
second question, if you were addicted to a drug, which drug would you want it to be? Can't say weed or shrooms. Has to be a drug that comes with severe consequence.
Ecstasy. Fentanyl.
I wish I did fentanyl so I could gain antibodies to it and beat it in case
That's
somebody
great.
injected it into my edible or something like that. You know what I
That's
mean?
great.
If I could build a fentanyl tolerance, I can't be stopped.
Do you know how hard that would be, though,
Yeah.
to build a fentanyl tolerance? You're like, okay, I guess I'll try a little more. I've never done this before. Yeah, you just put a little bit more on your skin.
Yeah, and you're like, am I dying yet? I will say there does seem to be a real pull with crystal meth and heroin that people really...
Meth is what I would be addicted to.
But meth seems so like... Heroin at least can feel a little more bougie to me than crystal meth seems like only can be done in an alley or a crack house. Or in front of... Or on
anywhere.
our Patreon.
But
Yeah.
After trying to rob our...
I talked
former
to somebody
cameraman.
who recently tried meth, smoking it and
What did
everything.
Justy say?
I don't talk to Justy. Are you
Sorry,
kidding?
what did Ian say?
No, and they were like, it's not like what it is in the fuck. I wish I could
the
remember.
movies?
It's not like what it is in Breaking Bad, where you're like all fucking like this. It's very much like like what they say heroin kind of feels like, which is like it's kind of like you're just
Full body.
you just feel very good and you're
Powerful.
very like warm and everything.
Well, it's elation, but it's the opposite of heroin because you're up and active. So you don't think you're tweaking out. That's what it looks like. That's what it's represented to us. Like, so you look all fucking weird, but in your head, you're the most
You're like-
charming car salesman.
yeah, it's like that scene in a beer league or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when he thinks he's like, hey, and he's got a box on his head and he's gonna
Dude,
throw up on his dick.
When I first saw that scene, that was the best comedy I've ever seen in my life. When they go through that whole thing of him being like, hi,
Yeah.
and then it shows what it really
Very
was. I was
accurate representation.
Yeah, do they
like,
do that?
whoa.
They do that in the Pick of Destiny when he's on mushrooms. That same thing, and he thinks he's going down a candy river with Sasquatch, and then it cuts to him like drowning in rapids, in like a rapid
Yeah.
like he's just being taken down river fast.
It's just weird though because none of the addiction plays like the movies. So you actually to me anyway, I let it romance it a little bit. Like
Me
even
too.
booze or whatever. Like it never was the cool like sipping whiskey or whatever in a bar like your Johnny Depp type of thing. It was me with an airplane bottle of vodka going to an early shoot.
Yeah, like
on a
Hunter S.
Tuesday
Thompson
having a
kind of
drink.
shit.
Yeah, it was awful. And the same goes for like meth. Because I don't know if I'd say addicted to Adderall, but I was taking it every single day as prescribed. And after I would stop or it would wear off, I'd just be like, what? Like, it would just be like that type of like shit where you don't even realize that you're in it. You just are like, fuck, you just say? Like, you have just a hair trigger.
Yeah, dude,
everything.
like walking out of class to go into the bathroom to do a line and then come back is like, it's horrifically bad and not charming at all, but the romance of being a drug addict. I mean, how privileged is that
Dude,
sentence?
there was a girl that worked.
Yeah, that was on another level.
That was a Syosset fucking limerick. Dude, there was a girl for my first office job in the city. She always looked like she was coming out of the rain, like one of those people that just like, even if it's a bright sunshiny day, you're like, oh, it's pouring. But she fell asleep at her desk after just coming out of the bathroom, and they went in the bathroom and there was like 3 half-crushed pills of Adderall with a fucking thing, like
Oh my
a dollar
God.
bill and all this stuff. And they were like, we're empathetic to your situation, but clearly you can't be snorting Schedule 1 narcotics in our
Right.
bathroom.
Yeah, where was this?
This was at Special Ops Media, which no longer exists.
Oh my God.
For that reason, she was the president.
No, that was the cross-eyed guy. What's up, dude?
We got another scenario here from Mike Geary. Would you rather? Here's a scenario. Would you rather A, get blackout drunk, wake up in jail, and end up being convicted of a murder you're never sure you committed, or B, have to kill a friend or family member and see if you can get away with it?
I would rather wake up from a blackout, arrested for a convicted. Does it say convicted?
Convicted
no,
of
that's-
murder. But you're not sure you committed it. But you can do like the hurricane and try to be like fight and like learn and try and get yourself out of jail.
Yeah, you could read enough law books.
Yeah.
Where after 20 years, you can
Yeah.
find a
True.
loophole to get you out.
That's true.
The freeway, Ricky Ross.
Yeah, I don't want to ever like kill a family member or a friend and get away with it. That's not really like
How good of a friend are we talking?
It says a friend or family member.
'Cause if it's
so
like-
gotta
because if
be
it's
close.
Lucas,
I was just gonna say that. I'll stab him. Who's now
We didn't
addicted
say
to meth.
ex-friend.
Sadly enough, he romanticized it in his head, but he's hardcore addicted to meth. So
why he got that haircut.
Yeah.
because he's in recovery.
yeah, he cut it himself repeatedly with his own nails.
Yeah, with a scissor, with a big scissor, like an Empire Records. Yeah, so I'm going with convicted felon because that's also pretty cool, if you ask me, to be a convicted felon.
Again, your privilege is bleeding all over the table.
I'm obviously kidding.
I don't know.
It's a joke to you?
Oh God.
The prison, the prison and drug
I,
system.
I gotta say this. I was on Feeney's side and looking forward to a fun pile-on, and then his hangover energy seeped through, and he's like, "Is it fun to you?" And I'm like, "Now I hate you."
I
feel like
I
it's
don't
me
think what
against
you.
everyone
I don't
right
think
now.
you guys are truly witnessing the level of greatness that all of the factors at play that is causing me to even have the strength to speak, let alone.
This is your flu game.
Hey,
This is my flu game, right? I mean, I should be in bed, all right, and I'm here.
I will never be impressed when somebody does their job in spite of their addiction,
Why?
Oh.
Why?
because I'm sober. So,
So,
there's one right
it's
path.
easy.
to
Didn't
go.
you roll 3 blunts before we started this?
Cali sober?
What do you say?
But you stopped smoking
Demi
Dutch
Lovato
Masters.
sober.
I'm Demi Lovato sober. I'm a they, and I smoke weed.
Yeah, you wish you were in a bed.
Suck
You should
off,
be in a
guys.
hospital bed, mister, because you're crazy for drinking that much last night.
Yeah, it was too much. Next scenario comes from Sean Boogie. Would you rather get punched in the face by a professional boxer or punch your mother in the face with everything you've got?
I would kill her.
Oh God.
So,
Would
Are
you-
we going everything you got with the boxer too?
yeah, they're
And
punching you.
So
in the
hang on.
face.
So this is my issue, right? If I stood there like this,
Oof.
I think Nicole could the producer, not my wife, could uncork a punch that would like knock me unconscious. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because there's no movement to it. There's no like.
Let's say this: you get to wear a mouth guard.
Okay.
That's not even my stipulation, but that's a great one. My stipulation is, can we be in a sparring match where I'm obviously outmatched at every corner and I probably won't get a hand on them, but at least within the context, I feel like that lessens the blow a little bit.
Mm.
You know, those slap matches,
Yeah.
like, do you watch that on Instagram?
Yeah, yeah,
With those
yeah.
fucking giant Norwegians
Yeah,
with
those
the hands
fucking
like first baseman
lead singer
gloves.
from the Blues Traveler looking motherfuckers
That guy's
just
skinny, I really
slapping.
know.
He's skinny now?
Yeah, he's skinny. And
Good
so,
for him.
but they have those fucking mitts, right? And they just absolutely just, while you're standing there,
Yeah.
unload it. And it's like, I don't know anybody
Immediate
that
headache.
could withstand that. Immediate headache, concussion, dude. Concussion, loose
Yeah.
teeth, ear ringing, like all of
The
that.
ear ringing is really what is never appreciated enough.
Yeah.
Of how much it helps. But I will say, with a professional boxer, if you stand there, eyes closed, mouth guard in, you can trust that they will have enough aim to like hit you in a place that will do the least amount of damage. So instead of like uppercutting your chin, maybe they hit you right here or something like that, and the teeth, loosen the tooth or something like that. I wouldn't want to get punched in the orbital bone and have that get shattered.
I mean, everything's breaking. Like,
Yeah.
it just, unless you're getting piped with like a straight on jab, which you'd probably just break your nose, but like anything else, like a hook or an overhand right, everything's gonna break.
Yeah, I'm punching my mom in the fucking face.
With everything you
I
got.
feel like Mrs. Sagalow,
I don't-
or if she's changed it since,
She is not.
that's sad, but she could
That's sad. She was Miss Sagalow for 25 years.
yeah, same. My mom definitely is no longer Mrs. Cannon.
Mine's Mrs.
I wouldn't
Feeney.
be Mrs. Cannon either if I fucking married your dad. Got him.
So should I have paid mine?
The wink at
Am I
me
wrong?
was huge.
I can't express the temperature of my body because of that wink.
I'll wink at you.
I want it. It was the wink after.
It wasn't
purple
earned.
thing.
Yeah.
But
It was a slam wink.
yeah, you know what? I like to slam him about it because it is a sad thing, and I still believe in it being sad. But I hate slamming your mom. I like her too much.
My mom? No, his
because
mom.
mine's Mrs. Feeney too.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't change her name back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She just was like, it's too much paperwork.
It's a lot of paperwork.
Now that I can get behind, but I think there's something deeper happening.
You don't know my mom at all, dude.
No, you're right.
How
I
dare
definitely
you?
Don't know
My mom is a
all the
very
things
sweet
you've told me
lady.
over the years.
She's made mistakes.
how gray area that divorce.
She's got one
really
mistake
was.
sitting right
Yeah.
here with us.
Yeah, and look,
Now,
I will punch her in the face
with everything you've got.
with everything I've got.
Yeah, I think the
I
worst
have
thing that
dreams
could
where I
happen-
yell at her and stuff, and my dad and everything, and everybody. I have dreams where I scream at the top of my lungs. You don't want to hear about this?
No, I do.
I have dreams where I scream at the top of my lungs at people,
and
and
no one's listening.
they're like,
They're not.
kind of, yeah. They're all like,
You understand
they're all like
this?
not taking it seriously, and I'm like,
Oh,
Just so you understand, this is the scene from Titanic that Rose talks about how she is.
what?
It feels like I'm screaming in a room and nobody's listening.
Well, that's how I
you
feel.
Are you a corset wearing broad from the early
wish.
1900s?
He is
I
broad.
wish I was wearing a corset. look fucking.
I don't know, man.
So you're screaming at your family, and they're all like barely paying attention, but when they notice,
They're
just kind of,
laughing,
oh man,
Oh, no.
that explains.
or like just not
why
really
you're
taking it
rapping.
seriously. Why?
Put it together. And what do you get? Bibbity bobbity boo.
Oh, did my energy infect all of you? Now, kind of like
ruined the
It's
show.
ruined the show.
That
The
is-
show right
the last
now.
maybe you
episode.
two are also hungover because you
I'm
guys
not.
did a ton of edibles last night and smoked. Some would say way too
I
much.
do a ton
weed.
of edibles and smoke a ton of weed every night,
I'm in.
and I'm always flying.
Look into that after your little dream screams and.
My dream screams.
I think I'm going to get punched in the face by a professional boxer because I love the idea of being able to tell people I took a punch from a professional boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool story. Then I can never tell the story of that time I punched my mom in the
To
face
death.
with everything I had.
Yeah,
death.
And she fucking ate it.
Yeah.
And that would be worse.
I broke my own knuckles.
Worse than killing your mother would be her just going,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah. She spits out 2 teeth.
Yeah, she's like,
No, that would be cool.
Oh, you
I'd be
got
like, wouldn't that be cool if you like? You
She goes, my turn.
You see that guy sitting over there? That man punched his mom with everything he got, and his mom's so tough she spit his tooth and went, "Is that all you got?" That's how tough that family is.
I love that you just repackaged everything we just said by just saying it out of a bar, guys.
Yeah, I do the voices.
Oh my gosh. We got a bunch here from Kelly Dubs. This is great.
All right, hit
Kelly
me.
Dubs, thank you very much for sending all these in. Here we go. Here's a scenario. You are presented with a strange challenge. Mike, pay attention. There's a lot in this
Sorry.
one. You are presented with a strange challenge. Someone dares you to count backwards from 300 to 0. If you succeed at this simple request, you will be given $25,000 in cash. However, if you misspeak, get any digit incorrect, or make any mistake whatsoever, you immediately will be doused with gasoline and burned alive. Do you accept this challenge?
What was the challenge?
Count back from 300 to 0. And you can't, if you even go like 295, you're done. Fire.
Then yeah, that's fine. I'll
You
just
can't
go
say
slow.
295?
300,
If it was supposed to be 294.
298, 297.
If you fuck
At a
up at
certain
all.
point, you're just not even thinking about it. You could be thinking
That's
about
the problem,
something else.
is if you're not thinking about it and
No,
your mind wanders and all of a sudden you're like 122,
I could do it. For $1 million?
25,000.
I could do
no.
that.
No. Versus getting lit on fire? What? Yes,
Are you
could do it.
kidding?
But what is the risk reward? You're getting
You get
fucking-
$25,000 for counting down from 300.
You think
And-
you have the vocal
Yes.
and the mental
It's
strength.
300. It's not like
You.
a million.
okay. Do it 300 to 275 right now.
To 275?
Go.
Okay.
Go. I have the gasoline right here. I will
300.
spray you with
The
this
match.
water. to be-
299. 298. Don't spray me with that one.
Oh, and you
Don't spray
fucked
me
up.
with
You
that
fucked
water.
up.
No, we're not
There
doing
it is,
that.
and that's gasoline. You're
No.
out, and you're toast. So next,
No. 300, 299,
We're not doing this
298,
again. You already proved our
297,
point.
296, 295,
Fours.
294, 293,
Six,
292,
purple, blue.
29. Stop talking.
Ah,
Why are
gotta
you?
get-
Wait, did I get to interrupt you and talk?
It's basketball rules. Everybody knows. So Next scenario.
guess
I
that
told
would
you
be
about that
hard.
dream that I had once, though, right? Where my friend Brendan, other one, better friend, he and his brothers were at this area.
Better friend.
And for whatever reason, I've known him longer, and he also treats me with respect.
I respect you.
I ran into them in a dream, and there was some sort of violent encounter, and his brother shot me in the head, but I felt it stop before it entered my skull. So it was a surface bullet right there, and I pretended to be like dead. You know, I got shot, and I was on the ground, and in my dream, my eyes are closed, so I see black in my dream, but I have the dream awareness that I'm in the dream state, that these two guys just shot me, and I know them from my childhood, and in the dream, while I'm pretending to be dead, I hear their muffled speeches, and they're talking to each other about what to do, and then I felt and smelled gasoline being thrown on my body and hitting my face. And I woke up right when I heard, all right, light it. And like right when they threw the match, I like woke up and was like,
Punch
what
Nicole as hard as you could.
fuck was that?
Yeah.
Nicole's just lighting incense. She's like, did you smell burning?
And also dousing me with holy water.
Yeah. Here's the next scenario. If you could imagine you could go back to the age of 5 and relive the rest of your life, knowing everything you know now. You will re-experience your entire adolescence with both cognitive ability of an adult and the memories of everything you've learned from having lived your life previously. Would you lose your virginity earlier or later than you did the first time around? And by how many years?
Well, you probably want to say later, just because if I know everything that I know now, hopefully I'm not, attracted to teenagers. So I'll probably lose it later, right? Unless it's like totally cool.
I was just about to say, what a mature, smart answer. And then
Sorry, what was the question? I'm getting fucking messages from my son's preschool, so I'm like all over the place. You said virginity being
So
eight?
if you can go back.
what do you think the question is?
Yeah, what do you think?
If you had the choice to go back in time, would you lose your virginity earlier or later?
I mean, it's
Close.
basically that. Yeah, let's just go with that. Yeah. And by how many years?
I'm fine with it. I was 15 and
I was
had
17.
I had sex with my current wife.
Nice.
Well, the answer is earlier or later.
I'd stay earlier or later. I guess,
You gotta go later.
but I don't know. I was like, I've said this before, and this isn't a cool thing. I'm not bragging, but this is like, I was like early to this shit, and I think it's because I grew up in such a sexually repressed household of like Irish Catholics that wouldn't talk about it, so it instantly became my focus. And I was like getting jerked off in stairwells in like middle school and shit like that.
Hell
and,
yeah.
and like, feeling around like a blind guy in some, 7th grade clam in
Fuck
the middle of
yeah,
the hallway.
dude.
But, no, I guess I shouldn't have done it earlier.
I might have tried. If I had more confidence, I think I was like, I had no idea what the fuck I was
You were
doing.
26?
When I lost my virginity,
Yeah.
I was 17 and I lost my virginity to a girl who is now a scientist in Arizona who,
Who doesn't believe in COVID? She's actually the top vax denying
Yeah.
scientist.
I was
Miss Fauci.
17's a grade. It's like right before
Grade 8.
college.
Yeah, and you don't feel like,
Because going to college a virgin is kind of tough.
yeah, that's tough. That's like there's an ego hit there because everyone you know is fucking in high school.
And now there's that pressure.
Everyone? It actually was a big,
Pretty much.
salacious thing when people were having sex in my high school.
Oh
And
yeah,
not like, oh my God, shame, but it was almost like, that's possible? Like people are
Yeah.
having, you're entering someone?
I think everyone just assumed if you were like if you were a freshman to a senior in high school and you had a girlfriend, you were fucking. If you were like in 8th grade and you had a girlfriend
Yeah.
and you were like, yeah, we fuck. I would be like, God, that's so sad.
Ooh, I remember when a 6th grade girl got fingered by an 8th grader and it became middle school news, and that lady never lived it down.
It's
It was rough.
the Monica Lewinsky of your middle school.
Yeah, dude. There was a lot of that, weirdly enough. So, like, of course, every time you level up to a school, like our middle school was 6th through 8th grade, then our high school was 9th through 12th, and everything below that is below that. But 6th through 8th is when you like level up, and then all of a sudden you're sharing a school with like older, pubescent, sexually active people. You know what I
6
mean?
to 8 is very different.
It's very different. And like some of the girls, this girl in my school in particular, she was early developed. So I remember when we were in 6th grade and we went up, every older dude wanted to hook up with her and like all this stuff. And of course, that's exciting for like a girl new to a school who wanted to be popular and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember this poor fucking chick got fingered by this dude consensually. Everything was fine. It got out. And not only was she ruthlessly, not mocked, but like constantly mentioned, like, oh, fucking, fish market, whatever. Then 2 chicks from the 8th grade beat the shit out of her outside of the lunchroom.
Oh my God.
Because she dared be romantic with a guy. And of course, it was some pig-ass bullshit bitch that like had no business even going near any guy. And she felt ownership over her grade and just basically beat this girl up.
What
crutches.
the fuck?
Did she go to
That's crazy.
jail or anything?
No, she's a real estate agent now.
Yeah, no. Anybody who had fighting back then, no one went to jail.
No.
You just got suspended at most, maybe expelled.
She was in a coma, though.
She was in a coma?
No, she wasn't.
Pay attention.
I
Now-
don't pay attention, but I don't have confidence that I've been paid attention.
I love pay attention while Feeney added a new lie at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Because he should have gone. I didn't. He was not in a coma.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you-
yeah.
She was in a coma.
But you have to understand that neither Sagalow nor I have confidence in our listening comprehension.
Yeah.
everything you
My
say-
eyes are constantly going like a little up, constantly going into
just
my head.
Drifting to the heaven
Yeah. Constantly, pay attention.
to a world much more peaceful.
Here's the scenario. You won a prize. The prize has 2 options, and you could choose either, but not both. The first option is a year in Europe with a monthly stipend of $2,000. The second option is 10 minutes on the moon, all encompassing. So you get the free flight to the moon. Which do you select? Now, here's the thing. This is tough for me because you know me. I'm a big moon boy. I'm a big space guy.
Yeah,
I would love to
moon.
go to the space. However,
I gotta tell
a
you.
year in Europe, $2,000 a month. I'm living like a king. I'm seeing every country. I'm going around. I'm loving life. I'm enjoying
For
the fast.
$2,000 a month, where are you gonna stay?
What do you mean?
Florence.
That'll be 1 month, maybe.
$2,000 a month is your rent.
Here's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
So
It-
then,
what, in-
how are you living like a king on top of just purely being able to pay for shelter?
No, you could find like $900 a month in Europe.
Oh, tell me, European real estate, Brendan.
No, when I was living in how you say Paris, the rents for a condo
He doesn't think past the voice.
would
No.
would be
He hopes the voice would carry
he's
him
like-
through.
silly Americans, why you interrupt me?
He's like a less talented white Jay Farrow.
Why are you
he's hoping
less
the
talented
voice-
than Jay Farrow? Oh,
He's
that's a low bar.
He's really
Kidding! I'm kidding. Let's fucking. I didn't know
didn't
you
even
and
understand
you and
the
Jay were.
slam.
I said less talented. That's a low bar. That's a pretty good slam. You know.
So I
Should
think
we start over?
I
Nicole,
think-
is this just as bad for you as it is for us?
Yeah, I'm kind of panicking back there.
You're panicking.
I might go
Who's panicking?
to Europe just because I want to be. A year in Europe is so long to be able to see everything. It's great. I would do that. Backpack across it, you know?
I mean, $2,000 a month gives you a nice baseline to then live. The 10
They give you $24,000 to
is it
enjoy
10
Europe.
minutes? 10 minutes on
10
the
minutes.
I'm going to the moon.
Yeah, that just doesn't interest me really even in the slightest because all the training that it takes for you to not just throw up in your own aquarium mask and just asphyxiate
6 weeks.
yourself. 6 weeks. That's
6
moon
weeks.
training.
That's moon training.
I don't
want
wanna go through the
space.
Just
training.
because you have that mustache doesn't mean you work for NASA.
Yeah.
You
It
have
does,
no clue
and I
what
do.
you're
Yeah.
But you just saw the
Yeah.
people that just went there. They went up into space and all that other stuff. They went up there for like a week. It didn't take that long of training. They just have to get you acclimated with that G-force, and then get you acclimated with, like you said, like the pressure of not like vomiting or getting nauseous, taking those things. Equilibrium with the helmet. It's not as much. It'd be different if they're conducting science missions on space or piloting the craft, but you're just a passenger.
How bad would you feel, or at least how bad would I would feel if I was on the moon for 10 minutes and I'm just looking around, and for like the first 3 minutes I'm like, wow, and then getting bored on the moon, it would
Brendan
make me feel
instantly
terrible.
scrolling through
Could
his
you
phone.
get? Yeah, Brendan's
I'm
on
on
Candy
TikTok with
Crush
a-
for some reason.
with a giant
No, this is fun.
astronaut's thumb swiping slow.
Whoa, maybe if I expand my
I'm just I'm holding it in front of me. It's floating, and I'm like, That'd be cool.
Dude, I mean, 10 minutes is not even close to enough time to really like just not even the moon, but to take in the view from around you, that whole area.
You could get the exact same experience from setting up a soundstage on Sony. Nobody cares.
Which is what Stanley Kubrick did.
That's right. But also, yeah, the $2,000 a month is just the baseline. You then go out, you bartend a night or two.
Yeah.
You're living large. But Brendan, Mr. $900 a rent in Firenze, he has no idea what he's talking about.
Now, here's an
I
interesting
do not
question.
want to make Nicole panic any more than she is. But I must say,
Stop talking like a French cartoon rat.
Yeah.
that would be like Patton Oswalt.
Here's a scenario from M Woods. Question: how many cute cat ladies could Brendan smash in 1 year if he got jacked and grew a beard?
I think I can smash a bunch of. With the body I have now, I could smash a bunch of cat women.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at you so disgustedly, but I think you're right because it's actually less intimidating. You know what I mean? If you were jacked, cat ladies might not be into that, and they don't know your journey. Now, unless
they might think I'm a fucking tool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, wearing a polo with the green trim and the shamrock, you definitely look like you work for the IRA. But
Yeah, just throwing Molotov cocktails into women's houses.
You're just setting up
with little
car
notes
bombs,
on them.
Priuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody that has a loud dog in the neighborhood that scares her cats.
Yeah.
Throwing pipe bombs into their exhaust pipe.
We got a few more questions here, but guys, if you're enjoying the show, and God knows how could you not, so leave a review on iTunes, tell some friends, go to here'sthe and go to our Patreon, patreon.com/scenariopod. Sign up, support us individually, Mike Feeney Company, Mike Cannon Comedy, Sagalow.com, and come see us on the road. Come see us, watch our YouTube specials. I mean, just support us. I mean, literally, here'sthe gives you all of that. It'll tell you all of our links, all the links to the show, everything you want. And guys, we're serious about how much stuff we're putting on the Patreon. It's like there is no lower amount of money you could pay for as much content as our Patreon.
It's literally every other day.
Yeah.
Like we're looking at other Patreons out there that are doing great, and they're putting up maybe one bonus per week, which is awesome, and maybe you like them personally more, which again is hurtful, but we're putting up so much additional content that despite this episode is typically 100-mile-per-hour fast.
Like I said, I think we're unbattable. Even our worst that's a compliment to you fuckers, okay? You fucking Jews. We're gonna have to take that out.
Why? But you pretend
I'm
to be Jewish.
I am Jewish.
Yeah, leave it
I am
in.
Jewish.
Well, Brendan,
Sagalow.
It's not a Jewish last name.
Sagalow. It comes from the Russian Jews. Look it up. 23andMe, yo.
I
ass.
won't look.
Anyway, whatever. Just fucking get on the Patreon.
Brendan
We
and
got a
I are
ton of
going
shit.
on a mini tour throughout the Midwest. It's going to be October 8th through the 11th. We're going to Columbus, Ohio, which people have already reached out saying they're getting tickets. The Walrus, we may be even adding shows. Tickets are moving fast, so thank you very much. Keep buying those so they know that you guys are supporting us. Then October 9th, we're in McHenry, Illinois at the McHenry Downtown Theater. We're also potentially adding a show there. And we have Chicago, Illinois for the next 2 nights, October 10th, October 11th at Zany's Downtown. They have, I was super excited for these shows.
Yep.
They're going to be incredible. We got some surprises coming. It's going to be very, very fun. After that, I'm going to Point Pleasant, New Jersey. We're going to Skankfest. I'm doing Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Wilmington, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts. You name it. I'm locking down fucking Alaska for next year. So you name it, we're coming to you guys. Get your tickets, MikeCannonComedy.com. Go to my YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy. I have my special. I have Mike Takes Edibles. I have the Heads Up poker match between myself and Robert Kelly and also Greg Stone. A new one will be filmed very shortly. Ton of content, not only included the podcast, Patreon, etc., so forth.
etc. and so forth. Yes, follow us all Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Brendan Sagalow, and Twitch. I'm finally going to get that fucking PC gaming computer shit that I have just been wanting so bad. And once that happens, I'm going to be playing a ton of games. So follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/sags2riches. And if you want to see me do a fucking hour in a bar, come on out to BJ Ryan's October 22nd. That's a Friday.
Right,
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And if they cancel while you're on the drive there, you'll do the show in the parking lot.
Yeah, I will come to your house. Okay, so we'll set it up.
I actually, you know what? That's a good idea. If you want a private, here's the scenario live podcast and/or stand-up show, I have a PA system that I bought last year to do backyard comedy shows. I did one; it paid for it already. But I mean, that's something we could do. So if you got some dough, you got some friends, and you want us to come out, let's fucking get weird with it. Nicole, would you come to film that and get weird?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be
yeah.
fun, right? Do some backyard Kimbo Slice podcast.
That'd be fun. We're really good when the fans come up to us, as you can see.
Yeah, we're very good, gracious, and available. But if you autistically stand next to my shoulder for a full hour while I'm trying to listen to music and then say, "Is this weird?" I'm gonna say, "Yeah, man."
So here's a scenario. And also, you can go to MikeFeeneyComedy.com for tickets to shows and, twitch.tv/NYFreshmaker. Owen Duggan says, would you rather be a famous rock star or a famous athlete? Love the show, by the way.
What was the first one?
Rockstar.
Rockstar athlete?
I already know.
Rockstar.
Rockstar you can do forever.
Yeah.
Athlete you can only do for a certain window.
Athlete, and that's the reason why. Is because I'm not in it for the long game, baby. I want that. I want those bright lights for as long as my body holds up, and then I'd love to rest for 40 years.
Yeah, why not? I'll also like star in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I get to the point where it's like, yeah, I'd rather be a rock star. I mean, that's the dream.
I knew you would like to be a rock star. You'd almost rather be a rock star than a comedian.
Yeah, for sure. Because one, I could be good at. I could be good at dancing. On stage
Dancing
with a guitar.
I thought you were a hip hopster.
Hip hopsters dance.
Hips.
Hip hopsters dance.
Okay. Feeney.
I'm going to have Paco buzz in, by the way, because he's been standing waiting outside.
Okay.
I didn't realize how late it was. A couple more questions here.
Paco is Lucas's gardener that he recommended.
Yeah.
So we have a couple more. This is pretty great. Oh, wait, that was a convoy, wasn't it?
No, I said athlete.
Next from Sean. Oh, wait, no, we did this one. Okay. Yvette. I mean, it's as if the show is this show streaming live and people are seeing this? Because she said, hungover as fuck and heading to work inspired me. What is your perfect answer to calling off or the most outrageous lie you've given for calling off? I think calling out is the other.
I've told somebody my grandma died and I called out and she hadn't at that point.
I've used dead friends that are already dead as recent deceased. You know what I mean? Like
nobody questions the dead.
No, and I always thought that it's like they'd appreciate that at least I'm using their death for some good purpose.
Oh yeah, when I'm dead and I'm just whatever life form and I'm some sort of sentient light. If someone's like, Brendan died, so I can't go with you, I'd be like, great.
Sweet.
So super sweet.
You see 3 stars light up in wavy formation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of the craziest thing I ever did to call out. I mean, there was a time where I was like, I didn't call out, but I was way late. Like I woke up to my phone ringing from my boss when I worked at the brewery that was like, the meeting started 5 minutes ago. Where are you? And I was in bed, like that woke me up and I was like, I'm in traffic. I'm so close. I'll be right there. And then sprinted into my car and then hit rush hour traffic and then like when I walked in, they were like, traffic, huh? And I'm like, you don't understand. They go, what'd you take? And I was like, oh, I did. I explained it in such thorough detail.
Which is a sign of lying.
Yeah, but I impressed myself. I was on the BQE. There was an accident in McGinnis. I had to go out, go all the way down Meeker, go around. I went up to the Pulaski, down near Wythe, and then came all the way over. There was 2 buses that just were stopped. I was stuck behind a car. Like, I just like kept saying it until they were like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, stop lying.
Yeah.
We get it.
Lying at me.
We get it.
Yeah.
You know roads.
Yeah.
yeah. You're confusing us with names. I've used the thing where you go, oh man, someone jumped in front of a train. That's what I'll say. I'll be like, oh, someone jumped in front of a train.
But that's so easily like
Who's
Googleable.
Yeah, but who's gonna Google that?
But having a son,
Anyone who doesn't
son
trust you.
is like having a cigarette socially. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you're in a bad conversation, you could be like, I'm gonna go out and smoke, and you go extricate yourself, and you can go smoke and do
But
whatever.
that sucks because then people were like, I'll come smoke with you and stand there.
Right, but they can't say that about my kid when I'm like, oh, my son's bleeding from his dick, and
they're like, I'll suck it out.
I'm like, what are you, a rabbi?
All right, let's do, you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's hit me.
Okay.
This one went fast for a show that you guys are convinced is awful.
Patreon.com/scenariopod. We love you.
If you could have, oh wait, we already did this. If you could have a secret hideaway to escape to with a lover, where would it be?
Secret
You know what I've always wanted? Yeah, you've seen Hook, right? We've all seen it.
Yeah.
I want one of those tree houses. Like,
A
I
cool
want
tree
a
house.
love
I was thinking
nest
treehouse.
type of tree house, hammocks, just like
Yeah.
hoppable platforms,
Beanbags?
swing, beanbags, everything super comfortable with just like bamboo and straw and
Yeah.
just a Lost Boys jizz dream.
Yeah, I would stay in like, because I when I went to Ireland, we stayed in this Airbnb treehouse thing, and it like looked
Airbnb
out.
tree.
No, it was a 3 house, but they said it's a tree house.
It's a tree house. It's a tree. I don't know why I just said the thing that you said awfully. But anyway, we were in a tree house, and it looked out into the city of Cork, and it was beautiful. And I was like, this is a nice little hideaway.
Yeah? Did you
Yeah.
have some sex?
I was thinking about it. I don't know if we did that night. I think we were exhausted. You know
Yeah,
when you
it's,
go
it
on.
sucks. Yeah, when you're in Europe,
when you're
it's
in-
like, I'm so
I
tired.
can't.
Dude, I dip it no matter what. Like, you just gotta. You have to. I
Yeah, you
remember
have to. I have to fuck in
the
this
first
city.
night of my honeymoon in Bali. I've never experienced jet lag like this. Like, it felt like I was legitimately being pulled under the earth.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And even that, I was just like, I gotta get the head in. Like,
Yeah,
we just
you
have to.
gotta get the head in. Is
It's like, I
the
gotta
grossest
dump it.
way to talk about. That might be the grossest way to say sex I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I just got to get the head in.
Yeah, just gotta peek through. I'm like Wilson in Home Improvement. Just get half my face in there.
It's- my dick's throwing up in you.
Ew.
My dick.
That's not even that
My
bad.
dick has food poisoning. Open up.
My dick has cum poisoning.
If you could foresee a single day of your future in its entirety, what date would you select? A single day from your future.
Whoa.
You could see the whole thing.
I mean, the chances of you just getting a boring day are like,
If you lead a boring life, for sure.
yeah, that's
Well,
true.
something that you assume will happen. So obviously, the typical answer for any lone person would be like my death day. Like, I'd like to get a peek at that and see
But
what it's like.
what you don't know what day that is. They're just saying if, oh, can you be like the day I get married, the day I blah blah blah, or do you just
That's
go?
what I thought.
I'd say
I
like,
thought it was like,
10
July 12th,
Yeah, 10 years.
2052.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would pick a random date like 15 years from now.
Oh God, what if
Check
they
in
were
in
like,
15 years?
you don't exist then? What if you're like, okay, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, you don't exist.
Next week?
your body expires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying. to
Okay,
hear.
I was gonna say like my son's wedding day.
No, you'd have to
something like
pick
that,
it.
or his graduation.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I guess you can do that.
That seems like more of a tentpole idea.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like a date. Who gives a fuck? March.
Yeah.
I don't know. My birthday in 30 years.
Yeah, what about your 50th birthday? See who the people around you are, see
Yeah.
how you look, see how you
I like
feel,
that.
see how
where you are.
where
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, 14.
I would love
yeah.
that. Yeah.
She's pretty good.
Convoy on 50th birthday.
Hey, thank you everybody for watching the show. We love you. Hope you enjoy. We got new episodes coming out every single week, plus way more on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Check it out. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Here's
The scenario.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.